think?
Tommaso Ciampa.
Be followed, you know,
After Tony D left the ring,
Smart-ass.
Ciampa stood in the ring.
It looks like
Chants of thank you, Ciampa, rang out in Dallas. He was on his knees. He kissed the mat. He walked out of the ring and up the ramp, and all of a sudden, when he gets to the curtain, Triple H's theme music hits, and Triple H comes out to a standing ovation. He walks up to Ciampa. They hug, they embrace, and they got tears in their eyes. And everybody giving Tommaso Ciampa one final send-off, with Papa H standing there right next to him. I would be lying to you if I said I did not get emotional during this, man. I absolutely 100% teared up during this segment. This was amazing. And everybody knows how important the black and gold was to me. It honestly revitalized my passion for a lot of things. It revitalized my passion for pro wrestling. I was kind of in a very in-between place with pro wrestling, man. AEW really wasn't around yet. And WWE was putting on some really terrible television. All we had to rely on was NXT on Wednesday night at 1 hour. Every one of those takeover shows, man, it hit me right here. And Tommaso Ciampa was a part of the greatest run in NXT history. When he was the NXT champion and he won the NXT championship and he had his feud with Johnny Gargano, that was NXT at its absolute best. They've never seen the heights of that since that.
We should be able to squeeze through here.
I loved everything that Tommaso Ciampa did. You want to talk about the greatest heel in WWE? When Tommaso Ciampa was calling himself the greatest sports entertainer in all the company, and he came out to no theme music. His theme music was a chorus of boos every single week. That man was the best heel in the entire WWE that has come around in a very long time.
All right, back then.
And NXT has produced some really good fucking heels, man. Ultimately to be killed by WWE on the main roster. Bobby Roode was another. Bobby Roode was an amazing, amazing heel. That was some of the best work that Bobby Roode has ever done in his entire career. What he did in NXT. What did they do? They called him up, and Vince made him a babyface because he thought people were singing his song, he should be a babyface. Meanwhile, that shit doesn't even fucking make sense. It doesn't even register or apply to him. Let the fans be fans. Vince doesn't want wrestling fans to be marks. He hates the marks. That's why he changed. Why he changed Shinsuke Nakamura's theme back in the day, too, that heel theme that we used to listen to when he came out when he was a heel. He didn't want people singing his theme song as a heel. They do now. They reverted back to his original NXT theme. Tommaso Ciampa will be greatly missed. He's probably going to the main roster. He's not going to AEW. I haven't heard anything about Tommaso Ciampa's contract being up. He's not going to AEW. He's not going to Ring of Honor. Probably going to the main roster. He's probably going to land himself on Monday Night Raw. I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does. You know, there's a rumor going around that Edge is starting a little faction on Monday Night Raw. You want to know who I could see in that faction? Damian Priest, number one, because the guy is absolutely directionless right now on the main roster. Imagine a faction of Edge, Damian Priest, Dominic Dijakovic, and Tommaso Ciampa. I think that sounds like a fucking great faction if you ask me. Or even if you don't even want to add Dijak. Ciampa, Priest, and Edge on Monday Night Raw. Guy will be missed, man. He's remaining heart and soul of NXT, now gone. And what an emotional moment to see Triple H come out, knowing the brand is not in his hands anymore, to come out and say a final goodbye to one of the best things that Triple H has ever produced in his entire career. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and their feud for the NXT Championship. One of the best feuds in the entire WWE history. All those two guys right there. Spearheaded by Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Because they looked at Ciampa and Gargano as mirror images of themselves. That's what made it special. The Three Brothers versus MSK versus Imperium. This is for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Triple threat match. I've been loving the work of the Three Brothers, man. I didn't like them at first, but they were very green. They molded themselves into a decent little tag team in their young career. I'm liking what I see so far. And with Malcolm Bivens as their mouthpiece, I think it works beautiful. MSK. I've been a fan of MSK since they came in. The one thing with MSK is I do think that they got pushed a little too fast, a little too hard right from the start. They weren't really given any time to kind of get the feeling of being in NXT. They were in, and then they were automatically at the top of the card. And Imperium. Imperium, to me, are the best tag team in all of WWE. A tag team division that includes the New Day and the Usos. They are the best tag team in all of WWE. WWE thought it was a great thing to change Imperium's theme music. I don't know why. They changed Imperium's theme music. Remember their epic theme music? It was the best theme and the best entrance. With all three of them in the WWE. They changed.
Okay. Tunnel's right below
I don't
us.
know what. I don't know what's wrong with
Still on
it.
the right path.
I don't. Absolutely unnecessary change. It now makes them less than because of the theme music. This shit sounded like some wannabe, epic, generic movie score, and it didn't come off as grand as their old theme music. I don't like it. They changed it. Shit like that, unnecessary change like that, pisses me the fuck off. And I'm sure you guys are angry as well. Brutus 3, Marcel Bartel, and Wesley started this thing. Uses power, lead drop kicked him out of the ring. Nash Carter tags in, takes Bartel down. Brutus runs in. Carter fights him off. Bartel forearms Brutus in the chest.
Oh,
Sends Carter neck first into the middle rope, viciously. Bartel kicks Carter down and attacks Brutus. Fabian Eichner then tags in. The impressive Fabian Eichner. Julius Creed soon tags in, takes him out. Lee tags in, Three Brothers send him flying with the shoulder tackle. Eichner pulls Julius out of the ring, hits Brutus in the face. Brutus hits Eichner with a slam, and Julius hits Bartel with a belly-to-belly suplex on the floor. Brutus then takes Carter out, starts to punch away at him. Julius tags back in, and MSK hit him with a double-team combo. Bartel is then hit with a double-team backbreaker stomp combo by MSK. Bartel then hits Lee with a diving uppercut. Imperium does some double-team on Julius. Eichner then hits Carter with a scary-looking body slam onto the ropes. Eichner clotheslines Lee, covers, but Carter breaks it up. Imperium went for a double-team move. They collided at ringside, took each other out. MSK gets Eichner in the ring and hits him with dives for a near fall. They all hit a superplex spot on everybody else. Brutus goes to the top, and he hits MSK and Bartel with a cannonball outside on the floor. So you can imagine Brutus balling himself up into a cannonball and jumping off the top rope onto everybody on the outside. So the Three Brothers start to attack Carter. They go for a cover. Julius is pulled out of the ring. Imperium sends him into the ring steps.
Some sort of gate up
Brutus is on the apron, but Imperium hits him with a powerbomb uppercut combo on the floor. In the ring, MSK hits Bartel with some wild double-team moves that included a double-team powerbomb. And that was enough to get MSK the win. They are the new tag team champions in NXT. I was actually quite shocked by this. I did not expect MSK to win the tag team championship. I was ultimately going with the Creed Brothers. They won the Dusty Cup. And I thought WWE was going to go all in on the Creeds here. That did not happen. MSK is the tag team champions. Don't know what happens to Imperium. Now, Walter or Gunther, he doesn't really belong on this show. He belongs on the main roster for sure. LA Knight's another guy belongs on the main roster. All these guys have outgrown NXT. Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel, man, get them on the main roster and get them in a program with somebody. New Day, Usos, whoever it is. Just get them in the program and let them shine. They are too good to be held down in this fucking kiddie pool known as NXT 2.0. But the Creeds, the funny thing about the Creeds is, we've been seeing these vignettes on NXT for the last 2 weeks. One, we saw these men in black wearing cowboy boots destroying the Diamond Mine training area. And then we got something last week where I believe it was either a New York or a Boston phone number showing up on their telephone saying that they would see the Creeds at Stand and Deliver. And we didn't see anything regarding these two mystery guys who are now stalking the Creed brothers. So I wonder why the WWE did not give the Creeds the tag team championships. They may be setting something up here where they don't necessarily want the titles involved. And they gave it to MSK. But my question is, now with MSK as tag team champions, who are they going to defend the titles against that they haven't already defended the titles against? What other tag teams exist on NXT? Imperium seems to be all but done. Nobody wants to see MSK versus Legado del Fantasma again. Nobody wants to see MSK defend against Jacket Time. Jacket Time. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody. So who else is in the tag team division? Same thing with the women's tag team titles. Very weak.
Where are we headed now?
The men's not so much, but it used to be so much stronger on NXT. But MSK is your new tag team champions. The Creeds are probably going to move on to who these mystery assailants are.
Charlie,
and I can only hope that Imperium gets some sort of shine on the main roster. They're about this. And they deserve to get a nice stage for themselves because, like I said, they are, in my opinion, the best tag team in WWE. Mandy Rose versus Cora Jade versus Kaylee Ray versus Io Shirai. This is for the NXT Women's Championship. Cora Jade had a bunch of skateboarders on stage.
Look at the ironwork.
With her skateboard. So she came out, and this to me, listen, I have no problem with Cora Jade. I have no problem with Cora Jade at all. Is she green as fucking grass? Absolutely. She's green as grass. She needs a lot more time to develop in NXT. No way. I didn't think she was ready then. When they started to really push her and get her these big spots, when they started to include her in the tag team or the tag team match with Raquel Gonzalez, wanting her to be in the Dusty Cup, then they moved her on to the Singles Championship. Not ready at all. She's not ready. She won't be ready for a very long time. She's 21 years old. Let's get it time to marry. She was out there, bunch of skateboarding geeks, skateboarding on stage. She comes out. It almost seems like she doesn't skateboard at all. Can anybody really confirm that she's a skateboarder? Or is it just a shtick? Does she really does she take an interest in skateboarding? She came out and she almost fumbled herself on the skateboard from what it looked like to me. I don't know. I get the girl next door, I get the punk rocker vibe that they're going for, but if she isn't a skateboarder, then the gimmick is going to be disingenuous. If she isn't a skateboarder, it's going to be just a shit gimmick with somebody that doesn't know what the fuck that they're doing. I don't know. That's just the way I see it, and the vibe I get with Cora Jade and her entrance. So, she came out there, and everybody else got, regular entrances. Kaylee Ray got an entrance. She's like the new Negan. Comes out with a fucking a baseball bat that she pulls out of her backpack. I don't know whether she's going to fucking win championships and wrestle Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray, Mandy Rose, and Cora Jade in this match. I don't know if she's going into a fucking fatal four-way or if she's going to fight zombies next to fucking Negan leading the Saviors on The Walking Dead. Io Shirai made her entrance, usual entrance. Kaylee Ray made her entrance, usual entrance. Cora Jade, skateboarding geeks on the outside. And Mandy Rose had a grand entrance. A great entrance for Mandy Rose. She came down on this Bobby Roode-like podium, and she was coming down, and there was this beautiful CGI of angels' wings behind her as she descended with the smoke, almost like she was descending from heaven because she's a heavenly angel. It's Mandy Rose. It's a good one, Bruce. It's a good one, bro. I know where your priorities lie, man. You think Mandy is heaven? Bruce Rich. Awesome. Really good entrance, cool stuff there for Mandy. Match started off with all four ladies in this melee brawl. Obviously, these fatal four ways, these multi-person matches all start off the same way. The melee came to an end, and that settled. Focus of the match shifted to Mandy Rose against Cora Jade. Because Cora Jade and Mandy Rose have been feuding, and Cora Jade's been feuding with Toxic Attraction. So, Kaylee Ray almost comes in and wipes out everybody from a dive off the top rope to the floor. Try next to take to the air the genius of the skies. She flies and she moonsaults to the outside. Kaylee Ray and Shirai square off in the ring, one-on-one. And if you're wondering what the NXT Women's Championship match should have been for this show, it should have been this. Kaylee Ray versus Io Shirai, the Women's Championship. Kaylee Ray should have beat Mandy Rose, and Kaylee Ray and Io Shirai should have been the one-on-one match for the Women's Championship. So they square off in the ring, and this is what I wanted to see. Clearly, with these two in the ring only, it improves the match because we see less of Mandy Rose and less of Cora Jade. Missile dropkick by Shirai on Kaylee Ray, but Rose breaks up a pinning attempt by Shirai. Kaylee Ray catches Rose in a submission hold. Shirai applies a Texas Cloverleaf on Jade at the same time, so we get the double submission moves in the middle of the ring. Jade got some time to shine. She ran wild on Mandy Rose. Kaylee Ray takes a Canadian destroyer from Cora Jade on the ring apron. As she falls to the outside, Shirai takes out Jade with a tiger pain kick to the back. And then hits Rose with a missile dropkick, followed by a German suplex. Very close, beautiful. Io almost won the title. So,
Oh,
we see
okay.
Spanish Fly by Io Shirai. A little bit after that, she plants Mandy Rose on the top rope. A Spanish Fly off the top rope by Io Shirai on Mandy Rose. Jade comes off the top rope in the 11th hour to break up that pinfall by Io to do a senton to break up the pin attempt. Jade then hits a sliced bread, sloppy, but hits a sliced bread and a double arm DDT, which looked great. So she got the DDT right, the sliced bread not so much. Kaylee Ray jumps in to break up that pin attempt on Mandy Rose. Glory bomb by Kaylee Ray on Jade. Kaylee Ray climbs to the top rope. Io Shirai shoves Kaylee Ray off the top rope, and Shirai hits her moonsault on Jade, about to win the title. Shirai went for the cover, yet Rose rushed in, booted Io in the head. She then cradles Shirai
I'll meet you on
to
the other
get
side.
the upset victory in this match and retains the NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai came close a couple of times, but WWE has decided to keep the title on Mandy Rose. I am surprised. I am very surprised that we got Mandy Rose retaining the Women's Championship tonight. Why did Mandy Rose retain the Women's Championship? Cora Jade's not ready. Cora Jade is not ready, folks. No matter how much you love Cora Jade and you love the girl next door, Cora Jade is not ready. And she is green as fucking the dollar bills that sit on my desk next to me. She's not ready. You can't strap a rocket to somebody that's not ready and then expect people to actually legitimately care about them and believe them.
Shit, get down.
I don't think anybody believes in fucking little tiny Cora Jade beating Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray for the fucking NXT Women's Championship. She's not ready. Will she be ready? I hope so. This division needs new, fresh faces. I hope she's coming along. And maybe when she's not 21 years old or 22 years old, however fucking old she is, when she's maybe 25, 26, maybe she'll be ready for a legitimate run as champion. Can't give a title to somebody because she's got a pretty face. Doesn't work around here. Mandy Rose is a pretty face, but she's much more well-seasoned than Cora Jade. Let's be real.
I don't want to do that.
Io Shirai, she's the old guard, and she's black and gold. They're not going to give
I
black
do that.
and gold a new championship run, right? No. Kaylee Ray, the same thing. Kaylee Ray, the same thing. She's black and gold as well. She's been in NXT UK for how long? The longest reigning NXT UK champion of all time. She's a Triple H girl. So is Io. They're not winning the championships. They're not going to go back and give the old guard the championships. They're not going to do that. Mandy Rose is going to lose the championship to Nikita Lyons. That's my choice. That's my prediction. Now, there was a rumor, and I want to address this because Alexa Bliss has been very vocal about not being used on television. You know, it would absolutely not shock me at all to see Alexa Bliss go back to NXT and do exactly what Mandy Rose did and win the NXT Women's Championship.
Wow.
I could see this happening just now as I'm talking about it. There's rumors about Alexa being unhappy, Alexa complaining why she's not on TV. Why is Alexa Bliss, who they brought back to TV, who they did therapy sessions with, who they put in the Elimination Chamber match at the pay-per-view for the shot at Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. They put her in a wrestling match. She's clearly ready to go. She's cleared. I could see Alexa Bliss going back to NXT and going back to the goddess. Like she sheds all this fucking dark lily bullshit, goes back to NXT, and
Damn.
take on the goddess Alexa Bliss, reinvents herself,
Now I'm
wins the
getting
NXT
all
Women's
these.
Championship, and then Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction could get called up to the main roster. Because I don't see them down there for the duration of their time there. I don't see them down there forever. Clearly, they're
What
going
the
to
fuck?
but I could see that happen on NXT. And why do you think that they would do that? Look at the landscape. Look at the
Oh,
landscape.
come on.
NXT
Man, I'm
Dolph
stuck
Ziggler
right
is the
there.
NXT
I'm
champion.
right there.
And Mandy Rose currently is the women's champion.